Welcome to the Dugout Mug Studios. This is the 7th inning stretch.
We are live here on probably for me one of the more exciting baseball days I've seen in a while, especially given that finish we just saw to the Guardians Yankees there. We have Mets Dodgers here in the nightcap as well. We're back with it another playoff week here on 7th inning stretch Variety Sports Network. We got Logan Stone with me. We got Tyler McGurk. We got Josh Edwards. We got a lot to get into. But, gentlemen, it starts right there. I mean, they walk it off. The Guardians, they look dead. 3-0. Logan's Yankees were going to go up. They were going to get that week off. He was not happy about his team getting that week off. He gets his wish, and they deliver with the 5-3 pitch with who I thought was the greatest closer in the history of baseball for a little bit, Luke Weaver. He gets lit up a little bit today as well. And the Guardians get the job done. They stay at it. Their home field advantage continues to be a big deal. And they give themselves, we believe in Steven Boots, another chance there, Tyler McGurk. What a game. What a game.
It was a great game. I mean, best game of the playoffs so far, in my opinion, as far as how the whole outcome went. I'm glad to see the Yankees lose. I'm glad that the ALCS is still a fight, I guess, at 2-1. Still looks like the Yankees are the better team. But, hey, momentum's as strong as your next starting pitcher. We'll see how the Guardians bounce back. Or not bounce back, but keep the momentum going after this miraculous win.
I don't know, Logan. I mean, that's quite the moment to deliver in there.
Yeah. I mean, it was a fun game. I definitely wouldn't have liked to have lost with such a, in a momentous way, as Tyler would probably say. It's just all that momentum going on for the Guardians. But like I said, I am very happy that the Yankees lost just because I did not want them to sweep and then all of a sudden have like a week and a half off until the World Series game 1. And so,
I mean, we see the homer here, like an absolute bob. I mean, just he leaves it up there. Josh, that's a perfect Logan's response in that regard. Like, I feel, you know what I mean? Like, it's bad, but it's good. Like, right? Like, Logan has a way on that stuff.
Logan can find anything, can find a way to make anything about the Yankees sound like it's good news. Because he is a Yankee all night long.
Wow. That seemed a little.
I speak the truth, my friend. I speak the truth. You know, if you know when you come here, I speak the truth.
I have been saying this for the last week. I don't think it's not like I said this, like 5 seconds
you
ago.
have been saying it. You have been.
Dude, you've professed your love for the Yankees so much this season. I forgot you were ever a Cardinals fan.
Yeah.
I always say this about Logan. He's one of the more honest, I guess, Cardinals fans, right, Tyler? We always say that about
I don't think really gets the fan base anymore, man. He's left the pinstripes of New York.
I definitely like Yankee fans more than Cardinal fans. So,
do you think that's
insane?
Yankee like those East Coasters, man. You those Cardinal people are crazy. You have them.
Cardinal fans are just the most annoying.
Do you think that? Back to the game. Do you think though that now that they go up 2-, they have the chance to go up 2-1 on the Yankees? They have the chance tomorrow to tie it up in an unlikely scenario. The series looked like it was over. And then Tyler, the next Mariano Rivera, looked like he was on track for the Hall of Fame. Is he now what I say, Bill, the Throw Wagner territory? Well, like he might fall into these, he still is good, but he's given up now more runs in the playoffs. I'm not saying this. We'll see what happens going forward. He's got a lot of baseball left. Moments like this Class A. It kind of matters. So I'm just comparing him to Billy Wagner. He's not in the Hall of Fame, and a lot of that's due, I think, to his playoffs performance, I believe. So we'll see there with it. Tyler, what do you make? Class A, we always joked about it. He gives up the big – not saying he's a bub. We're just like, we need to see it more. Tonight he couldn't deliver against Judge and Stanton back-to-back.
I mean, this regular season Class A had was one of the best by a closure, maybe.
It was unreal.
It was right there with Gagne's great seasons. It was there with Mariano Rivera's. Gave up 5 earned runs all year, 2 home runs in one inning. And he was struggling before this in previous games against previous series. And then to give up back-to-back home runs, the Judge – Soto had a great at-bat before that, drawing a walk. And then Judge hits one out to tie it. Then Stanton hits one out that looked like they're going to win the game, go up 3-0, and the series is over. I don't know. Clase, I still think is a great pitcher. I think he'll be able to figure it out, but I don't know if it'll be in this postseason.
And Judge, like a little just barely caught. I feel like that Soto walk, Logan, got Judge going a little bit. I feel like it's just one of those mental like things. Like you don't really want to wake up a superstar. Like I always say in basketball, if they're struggling, do not foul them hard, or like don't like just make them keep doing their thing. Like don't wake them up. And like that Soto walk, like to load the bases, like had to be a little bit of a slap in the face there. I feel like.
That seemed like a little stupid.
It did.
That seemed. Yeah, I wouldn't. I get why they did it. It just seems like, that just seemed like not the right move to do. But anyways, that's just me. And I mean, he's had 2 home runs since that walk, right?
Yep, he hit one last night.
The
other night, and they got 2 sacrifice flies. Obviously not hits, but he still got it going. I just don't like the idea of them like waking him up like that. I just think that was a stupid decision.
I would not want to do that.
That Soto home run scared him enough. I guess that was enough there, Mr. Edwards. They got the job done. I mean, awesome. You can't like that, right? Why, that to me, isn't that a just immediate, like, not a bad psychological thing? Like, let's wake up number 99 by walking the guy in front of him. Like, and the last time he did it, he hit a home run in the regular season. So I don't know. I like it.
Judge is one of the best hitters in baseball. Man, it is what it is. But you can't stop going after him because he can't hit it out every single time. You got to keep gunning him. You got to break his confidence. And so, in my opinion, just keep pitching to him. Yeah. He's not Barry Bonds. He's not Mark McGwire. He's not Hank Aaron. He's not one of those kind of guys, in my opinion, yet. I think he could be at the end of his career. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't scare me when he comes to the plate like those other the previously mentioned fellows did. No. But he definitely has a path to be there, and he could – at the end of his career, I may sing a different tune and say, yes, he belongs with those names. But as of right now, I don't think he's done enough.
Hey, Josh, the one guy, though, on top of that is the other big dude on their lineup. He, like, in the playoffs right now has been absolutely on fire.
That ball's hit
and this one.
Way back there, Giancarlo Stanton, a home run.
So he gets the homer there to give him the lead to go back-to-back. He's been really good this postseason. He's been awesome.
Like non-existent during the regular season.
No.
And he's been a game changer in the postseason.
Oh, Mr. Injury prone there, right? He's always there with it. Tyler, what biceps though?
Those are 2.
He's been awesome though. He even got a stolen base this postseason, Tyler.
Those are 2 monstrous guys in the middle of the lineup that just can send the ball 500 feet in the blink of an eye. Like, it's just a threat that not many rosters in baseball have. Like Cardinals and Giants fans, we watch Mike Yastrzemski in the middle of the order. Like, they got these guys who are threats. I just want it's scary. It's what the Yankees have had my whole life.
I gotta get that. Go, Logan.
Speaking of Yastrzemski, I saw today was the 10-year anniversary of Ishikawa, so that was a fun little reminder.
Oh, the Giant. That Tyler, did you tweet that's when Giants baseball was fun?
Ishikawa. That was back in the fun days.
That was so you got that right there.
Mike Morris in the 8th tying it up with a homer. I could talk about this all day.
You got that one. You got Cardinals Giants knowledge for years. It's funny that I had this ready to go. I feel like as one of our banners, so I left it up just to embarrass myself, and then he gets like Luke Weaver, like and then he gives it up. I was like, he's been awesome since September, and then I was like, well, yeah, way to jinx you. I give you the broadcaster jinx there, Edwards, with that. Like, but he has been really awesome with that changeup and that fastball and stuff. But then he gives up the home run to Ramirez in game 2 there in the 9th, and maybe they found something over there with him, and sure enough, they get back at him again, and it just shows you how important that closer role is, right? Edwards, like when you have that guy, that is game changing. Like it really does make a difference when you have that guy, and especially in the playoffs, because every moment is even raised 1,000. And both these guys that have been really good, Clase obviously better, and Weaver really good since September, like the best closer in baseball since then. And they both showed how it can be so easy to get hit. And it just amazes me in this game how that 9th inning is so different than the rest of the innings come playoffs.
I mean, these guys, these guys are, and so this is a bad comparison, but I take closing pitchers and put them in the same league as kickers football.
Yeah.
Because when everything's on the line, these guys have to have ice in their veins. The noise has to be completely blocked out, and they see nothing but the mitt in front of them for baseball or for football, the uprights to put the ball through. They are special athletes. They are human beings, and they're not perfect. And if they can shut it down 99% of the time, you can't ask for anything more than that. So Clase had a bad night. Weaver had a bad pitch. I mean, it is what it is. It happens.
I just find it funny. I wrote that there. That he on top of that, he gets absolutely wrong. Tyler, you gave me the laugh out loud emoji when I said he's been like Mario. So you have, I mean, he's been good. I mean, but then he gives up the winner. Then Holmes comes in and he's been not as good for the Yankees. So it makes me start to think, like, as we kind of move on to the Mets Dodgers here in a minute, is like, I just feel like it's kind of crazy to me that, like, the Yankees might be back to a shaky bullpen, even if they do win this series against the Dodgers. How much of that will make a difference now?
Hold on, I need to interrupt.
Football.
I need to interrupt this program to report that Yamamoto has struck out in a rarity, Harrison Bader. I mean, Harrison Bader struck out. I think that's breaking news worthy, because he is the greatest player of all time, apparently, according to him. So, anyways,
When did he say that?
Back to the show.
When did he say that?
He just in how he plays, he's just the biggest.
Oh, you mean his
player of
aura
all
and
time.
his personality?
When he goes 0 for 50 and then hits a single, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm the best."
You sound like
Unreal,
me the other night.
Shut
Get off
your
my lawn.
mouth, Bader.
Get off my lawn.
You
Logan.
sound like me the other night when we were talking. When I went off about the Yankees pitcher in Game 1 when he had his first K in the game.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, it's the playoffs. It's the first strikeout of the game. Grow up here. Act like you've been on the mound before.
It was a big strikeout, Josh, to start the game. Josh, who you like for
the game?
Give me your prediction. You like Yankees to go 3-1 or Guardians?
It's Yankees.
Oh,
Susie,
It's Yankees Dodgers.
Susie, good in a crop top. Don't start with me.
Tyler doesn't like that Yankees Dodgers.
Susie, we do not want to see him in a crop top. Don't even
No,
give him
don't
that
do it.
idea. We've
Whoa,
seen him
that's
take his shirt off on this show before,
Yes,
and our
that
ratings dropped massively.
Actually, they didn't.
Take it off.
And that's
Oh,
why I
Bader.
got paid the big bucks here.
You got paid the big bucks. You had to get
And
but
I'm
look what
still
you
the
had.
free talent.
Look what you had to get down to. Look at the low they made you get. That was good.
I don't want to bend
remember
over
that
for
show?
Brandon anymore.
No more. On that note, Tyler, Guardians, Yankees, Game 4. Who do you like?
I like the Yankees. I think they bounce back. They should have won tonight, and I don't know. I just think they bounce back. They've been there. They know what they're doing.
Susie is calling for Logan to take off his shirt.
Maybe can we get him to the ninth inning here sober? That's the no. I'm scared.
I'm a new man now. I can't take my shirt off just for anyone.
No.
So Susie is just anyone now?
Any
Nice.
back?
Yeah.
No back? Does back count? Is that? No, I'm scared. It's like Nadia, baby.
It looked like a fur coat. So
that's hilarious. So you guys, so you like Yankees to go 3-1. Logan, your boys, they can't lose 3-1, right? They got to go up 3-1. Or is the bullpen now shaky enough? Is it too shaky?
I'm sorry. Are we just judging the next game, or
yes,
are we?
That's all I want. Next
Okay.
game.
Next game,
Cleveland.
yeah, it's Yankees.
Well, it's so easy. Just an
It's
easy
a bounce
peasy.
back
Yeah,
game.
I
They're not gonna
listen.
go down
The
again.
thing is that Stephen Vogt, he has proven time and time again that anytime the pitcher gets in trouble, he yanks him way too quick, and it's burning his bullpen. So I think that's going to hurt him in the long run.
Gil versus Gavin Williams.
Gavin Williams.
It was a big Gavin tomorrow, so we get that with it. Well, I don't know. Guardians should be a good game. That was an awesome game today. That's why we spent. It really was. It was the best game, like you said, Tyler, in the postseason so far. So I don't know. We'll see what tomorrow makes. We'll see. When you have shaky bullpens like that, it makes it for a lot of entertainment though at the end of the game. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Clay Holmes and Weaver can get it back together in Class A as well. Ohtani just continues to be a freak of nature. What, he hit it halfway up the second deck yesterday? To be able to hit a ball that far is just ridiculous. And then we followed up by Muncy goes as well in upper deck as well last night. They went 8-0, make it look easy over the Mets. They're up 5-2 right now as we got it up there in the top of the fifth. And the pitching continues to be, to me, I know that they both go hand in hand, but whenever your offense can easily get 6 runs, that's got to make it easier to pitch. I'm just saying, that's got to feel a lot better, like psychologically, even if you get up 3 runs and whatever, your team still won. That's kind of all that matters. So I don't know. Tyler, you hate this team, but they're right there on the doorstep.
You got to respect the talent that this GM and team has brought together. When they're healthy, the top 4 is Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, and Teoscar Hernandez, who they brought in this year. It's disgusting, and it's just an embarrassment of riches. I hope they stub their toes every time they walk through a doorway and somehow blow this series.
But will they? You don't think they will?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they will. It's going to be Dodgers, Yankees. I said it from the beginning of the playoffs.
Got far into the bench tuning in as well here. What's up, Jimmy and Nico out there? The Rockies will be back at it. Rockies A's World Series next year. I can feel it.
Jimmy knew what a baseball was.
Hey, how dare you? This guy knows. He played baseball in high school. He knows baseball. Go ahead, Tika. Finish your thought there.
The Guardians do have a Pedro Serrano in this kid who hit the home run tonight. The Kensky Noel, Pedro Serrano-esque.
Yeah, that was. And the timing of it, 2 outs. As clutch as it gets as well. There. What do you think there, Logan, with the Mets Dodgers? You like the Dodgers tonight 3-1? They finish it off in game 5, or do the Mets make a little comeback here? Mets aren't playing good baseball.
I think the Yankees or the Mets will win tomorrow, but Dodgers have it tonight, and I think Dodgers will take it back to LA and win there.
Josh, your thoughts on the series so far?
I think the Dodgers wrap up tonight, and then who's their next pitcher?
Does it go back to Senga, I'm assuming? Game
Dodgers?
5? Oh, for the Dodgers. Who pitched in game 1 against them? Wasn't it a bullpen? Somebody. Who pitched in game 1 for the Dodgers?
For me, it depends on who pitches next game for the Dodgers. I think
I'll look who pitched game 1 up.
And then, here's what the part that's gotten me about the Dodgers. Half of their pitchers.
It's Jack Flaherty pitching tomorrow.
Jack Flaherty. Okay.
Okay, so the Dodgers will probably lose tomorrow then, because he had a good game last game. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying he rarely goes back to back good games since he got injured in 19. Logan, I'm not lying. I'm not being mean to him. He has trouble going back to back really strong games. He had a really, really good game last game. He would need to have a game like that again for the Dodgers to wrap it up, unless the Dodgers offense just goes on blast. I think if he pitches like the normal Jack Flaherty that Cardinals fans are used to, I think the Mets can win the next game and the Dodgers wrap it up in home.
I think you're underestimating how good he's been this year, but maybe.
Susie says I'll be wearing my "I hope both teams lose" shirt and hate tweeting. I think there's Josh, right? I think that if you're not I think we can all agree that I will say this, that the way this is playing out, it would be nice to have 2 superstars that are playing well on multiple teams meet up in the World Series. Whether I like the franchises or not, I just don't know if I want to see Yankees Mets. That doesn't I get it. I'm just saying as a fan, if they make a comeback, Lindor's awesome. There are storylines that I still will like, but the fact that these teams are set up to me to have just this powerhouse showdown, at least offensively, I don't know. That's where it's hard for me not to root against that. I don't know. Brandon, I saw you shaking your head. At least give me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't. To your comment, when it comes to Yankees Mets, there's outside of Lindor, what other headline is there between the Yankees and Mets besides the Subway Series?
Senga and Alonso. That's really it.
There's not much that way. You're if you get Yankees Dodgers, you're looking at Ohtani. It's New York versus LA. It's Ohtani versus Judge. There's a lot there. Compared to Yankees Mets.
Well, this is the matchup the MLB's wanted for years. You want
absolutely.
the biggest two teams from the
Absolutely.
biggest two markets on opposite sides of the country and try to get everybody involved. I don't know if the TV ratings are going to be as good as people expect. I think Game 1 and Game 2 will be fine. Game 3, 4, and 5 will probably be weak, and then Game 6 and 7 will be stronger.
Aren't the
depending on
TV
what days of the
ratings
week
so
the games
far?
are on too.
But aren't the TV ratings so far like up 18% compared to last year or something like that?
Because Ohtani's finally in.
Or 119%.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see Ohtani. I get that. Like, I understand. I think you're going to lose the middle of the country with it being football season.
Oh.
And hockey starting and basketball starting and everything. I think it will detour a little bit because you got two teams from the two big cities that Middle America don't like.
Man,
they can find other things they want to invest their time. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm saying that's a possibility.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not saying it is.
Regular baseball fans aren't going to give a crap about the number. The Japanese numbers are going to go up.
Yeah.
But the regular baseball fans who are not diehards aren't going to care about Dodgers and Yankees. They're not. They're going to be like, oh, cool, it's baseball.
Yeah.
Like,
no, you're right.
They don't have a hatred for Yankees Dodgers as much as you do or anyone else.
They want to.
What happened to Tyler?
I don't know. He just dipped.
Sometimes his internet goes out a little bit, so that might have been what happened there with it too. But but this series has been kind of a one way. And the Mets have they played Game 2. They got Lindor, but they haven't played well yet. Like, they just have not played good baseball. Like, they situationally they haven't been good. Their defense has been not good at all. They did, but even in Game 2, they walked a lot of guys. It just wasn't their best outing. Mania did give them a little something, but I don't know. Will be interesting to see if the Mets can make a little push here tonight. They're down 5-2, or is it right now? So not looking good for them. The Dodgers pitching is the story though too. Like, that pitching staff has been sick.
Considering like half of their starters from the beginning of the year are gone, and they've got all these guys who have finally come off the IR. Or IL, whatever they call it.
Yeah. No, I get you.
And now, I mean, you got Walker Buehler looked good yesterday. Again, Flaherty looked good when he pitched. Who else came back that didn't pitch during the regular season? Who pitched? Or only pitched in the back half of the regular season?
Buehler came back.
Yeah.
But
it's Buehler. Yeah, it's just Buehler. I don't know. The pitching, it's just like they have unlimited starting pitching now that they're getting healthy.
Buehler.
And then they get the guys in the bullpen, like Trinan's still good at times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that he's even good. Like, they get like these guys that are, and who was that righty against the Padres? Like, he came in, was just throwing 6 sweepers against like Tatis and stuff in Game 5. He was nasty when he came in. He was really good. So they got a deep pen. So we'll see what happens there with the Mets if they can make a little comeback tonight. I saw like Kike Hernandez again hits a home run. I mean, I got at the bottom here. I have like the active playoff postseason leaders. And there's Susie's guy there, 27 for Altuve. But Springer, this is like most all-time home runs. Like, he's 15. He's number 8 on the list of all-time postseason home runs. He's going to be like the most unlikely guy out of all these.
Judge.
I know. I mean, Judge probably tied it up today with 15.
And he's in front of Giancarlo Stanton.
So both of them probably, let's update that, 15. He's tied now, but you get my point. As a guy like you would, that's a good trivia question maybe in 10 years from now. So it's pretty crazy to me. He's got 15.
He's number 1 in postseason homers.
Altuve.
No, he's 2.
Oh, who is it?
Manny.
Manny's not active.
Manny Ramirez.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about. I thought. Well, yeah. Then it's definitely Altuve.
Yeah, it's active home run leaders, and like he's like right there. It's just crazy to me. He's that high on this list.
I didn't know. I had no idea.
He's a postseason guy. There's guys like that. You guys know that from your Cardinals days when they were good. Freeze gets in that. Yeah, there's guys that just get hot in the playoffs and they play better baseball like all the time. And it seems like whenever he's called upon on a team, he gets the job done. So to me, it was pretty. I saw that again. I was like, this guy is in the playoffs is just—he's stupid. Like he just gets to home runs. Like it's like you said, top 10 from now. So we'll see the Dodgers if they can continue it right there. What do you got?
Crutch shot. Yamamoto just clunked a guy right in the leg. I can't. I thought it was right in the crotch.
Ooh.
Josh is giving. Josh is giving the big ooh. Yep, he got something. He got something.
Yeah, it hit him like
Can't
upper
tell
thigh,
who it is.
upper outside thigh. So
Yeah.
like right above where a Charlie horse would be.
Oh,
Like if you hit somebody at the top of the knee, it's like right above that.
yeah. that's not good,
But the pitch before that, Logan, did you see the pitch before that?
Yeah.
Yamamoto got lucky. He left a curveball up high in the zone, like dead center belt, and that thing should have been smashed. If that guy would have hit that ball, he wouldn't have gotten hit by the ball on the next pitch.
That's the worst spot. That is like literally the worst spot to get is that shot. That is like can be. Josh, as you guys keep me updated as we kind of move on, like I still want we'll talk about the game if something happens here 5-2. But I wanted to get what Brandon had up here with the with the postseason stats like right now and what it looks like. Like pretty crazy. Some the guys active right now. Like we have some like Quan continues to hit in the postseason. Alonso, the Vientos are right there. Stanton's, I don't know if that's updated on Stanton. It might be 3 now on that one with it as well. So
It's not currently updated, including today's games.
you're the man. He's the best in the business for a reason. He got the 2 with it. So those are your active leaders. I know Tatis had 4 overall for the Padres so far, leading the postseason. But those are your active leaders kind of headed into the World Series here. Again, you can see the names on the list. The Yankees continue to have some of the star players performing. These are not your mediocre players, and that's what's getting the job done for them. And then you look at Cleveland, New York, and some of these guys aren't their star players outside of Quan. So I don't know. Lane Thomas continues to be a revelation though as well.
Another former Cardinal.
Was he a former Cardinal? I didn't know that he was former. Was he last year on the team?
No, he's been like 3 years ago. There are, I think, 8 former Cardinals on the teams remaining in the playoffs.
Flaherty, Thomas, Weaver.
They listed them this morning on the radio. Yeah. That's the only reason I can give you that number. I just don't know who they all are.
Tommy's been good for the Dodgers too.
Tommy's been beast moding it.
Batting 4th tonight. Is that what I saw?
Yep. He's back.
Unbelievable. Who was the guest? Kelsey. She came on right with us, and she was a huge Edmonds fan. And she was like pissed that the Cardinals traded him. And she's like, just because I follow her, like I always see this stuff about him, and I'm like, he's delivering for them. Just kind of like on that lineup, all he has to do is make contact. Like he's going to be, and he adds a little speed for them. Kind of an underrated. I mean, you guys know him well from the Cardinals. He's been, I mean, on a team like that, it's hard for. He kind of fits in perfectly for what they need.
Oh yeah. He his stats so far is 8 games played, 28 at bats, 3 runs, 9 hits. He's hitting .321.
Solid numbers
so far with the slug, was a slugging percentage is .321 as well.
I mean, like I said, batting 4th in that lineup, that's a little that alone.
When I heard that, I was like, why is he hitting cleanup in that lineup? I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, well, he's making contact. He's getting on base. So that's a deep lineup.
Yamamoto is out of the game.
What happened?
In the 5th inning with
Didn't
one
he just K Lindor?
I guess. But I don't know if that he reached a pitch limit or what. So
this is ruining baseball. This crap is ruining. Dude is up 5-2, just got a K. He's got 1 man on.
But they have one of the best bullpens in baseball. We just talked about that, though, right?
They're going to need it against the Yankees.
Well, if they sweep, if they get 5, like Logan said, right? You got a week off. Is that what it is, Logan?
Hold on. So my question is, if both teams win in 5, they're going to move the schedule up, aren't they? No. They're not going to give them 6 days off.
Probably get 5 at that point. They'll probably just the date's probably already set when it starts.
Yeah, still starts.
What was the start date, Logan? Was it the 25th?
It's Friday the 25th.
Friday the 20th. So yeah, so it's today's 17th, so there won't be that much time off now that the Yankees lost. 5, but yeah, there'll be a little bit of a break there between it.
So
game one will be a long ways out. I know it'd be like the first round bye.
I was like, if they end it tomorrow, that would just be horrible, I think. But anyways.
I was thinking about they had the Gold Gloves up, like who are the top kind of candidates. Do you guys like that they're doing 3 at a time? That they kind of give you 3 positions and then they make a big deal out of it? Or did you kind of like it? I mean, we don't have to get old school news, but I kind of like the idea that they acknowledge some of the other guys that were good at first. But I do like that they mentioned that, but it's kind of a different way of doing it. And as we get some of the names up here on the list here, so there with it, I'll get it up here. There you go. It's kind of interesting. They have this kind of new way of doing it, and they kind of make a show out of it. So I don't know. A couple stood out. Anything kind of stand out to you guys? Is there anything that you guys take away from the list, the positions there with it? The catchers, to me, it's kind of an interesting list there in the American League of guys you don't really always think of. So I don't know. What do you make there?
Cal Rowley's the only one there to me that makes great sense. I mean, Freddie Fermin's been okay in KC.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think of Salvador Perez when I think of the catcher at KC.
I like it, Joe Adele.
That one doesn't land for me. But I mean, I don't know.
I like Joe Adele at right field. Like after that, just kidding. I'd surprise you. Some of these guys that make the Gold Glove, like that's the only one thing with the three. I'm like, because some of the positions, and then Soto was on. He got a lot of crap kind of for that being on the list as well. There was some kind of pushback there as well. I think it'll be interesting at shortstop if Witt gets it. I'm assuming he will over Volpe. So
he has to get it.
Yeah, and then Bregman at third. I think he might have a little chance as well.
I was kind of
over
shocked
Ramirez.
That Verdugo and Soto got nominated and Judge didn't. I thought Judge was a better fielder than both of them,
and he plays a harder position. Yeah,
he does.
I mean, he plays
I was kind of a little weirded out by that. I don't know who I would replace. I didn't really watch any of the Astros, Jake Myers, or definitely not Dalton Varsho.
Get your butt in the game.
You don't like Dalton Varsho?
Dalton highlights. You're not watching Dalton highlights. Duran's going to win that.
I don't hate him. It's just, it's Duran.
Yeah, Duran's going to win.
He's a beast. That guy's winning that.
Can we pick these real quick?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead, make a pick for me.
I mean,
go ahead. What do you got? Make your pick. First base. We kind of mentioned a lot of some of the positions already, but
I'd go Lugo for pitchers, Rally for catcher, utility. I'd probably go Debon. First base, Mountcastle, I guess. I don't know, maybe Nathan Lowe. Second base, Simeon. Third base, Bregman. Shortstop, Witt Jr. Left field. Take that thing down. I can't see all the names. Thank you. I'd go Quan. Duran, and then I'd probably go Abreu.
The one that's kind of is first base a little too. Carlos Santana still making the list out there. That kind of surprised me to see.
Why do you think I stood there and I was like,
I thought Carlos out there as well. Astros had three guys.
I don't think he ever won a Gold Glove. Well, no, that's not true. He was a really good catcher. Never mind. I was going to say, I don't think he ever won a Gold Glove in his prime, but no, that's not true.
National League, if I can get that, we get the National League up here. So shortstop was an interesting one. Lindor wasn't on the list. That was kind of the first thing that caught my attention when he wasn't on the list.
He should have been there over Swanson.
Yeah, I would think so. It'd be interesting at third base between Arenado and Chapman. Who wins that one?
This year.
I actually have a snub.
Yeah, what's that?
I think Machado should have been there instead of Arenado.
How many? He played enough games, way enough games too, right? He played.
Hold on, you'd put Machado on there instead of Arenado instead of McMahon. You'd have McMahon over Arenado.
McMahon's an interesting.
I don't think Arenado was.
Arenado had a great season defensively. His offensive bat sucked, but his defense was great this year.
He was a little.
This is how much baseball you didn't watch.
Whoa, I like it. Look like calling it out there. What do you think of Cattell? It's Scott. I think Scott. I think Terang's the best out of them though. Yeah, he's the most electric. Terang's pretty electric.
But I like Cattell.
Bryce Terang is Minnesota, right?
No, that's Milwaukee.
No, he's Milwaukee. It's a typo.
Oh, okay. I was like he's in Minnesota.
Hey, that's a little shout out to Ryan coming out next week. Josh, you get what I did. That's a good.
I got you. I know what it's about.
I know it's about. I got to be on my game next week. Good. Look, what do you have with that? I think Terang gets it. I think those plays he made in the playoffs against the Mets were some of the best I saw too.
Yeah, I didn't see any Terang during the regular season. Actually,
you don't see that? That's right. I forgot you're a Cardinals fan. How about Walker and Olsen? A lot of people are saying that's a blowout. I think Walker has a legit case to win it.
I think Walker has a case. I think Harper gets it.
Bryce Harper, if he gets it over those guys, my goodness.
I think he'll get it just because of the way the things are now. They like Bryce Harper. He's a face of the MLB more so than Olsen. And if you're not a baseball fan, you don't know who Christian Walker is. And I would take Christian Walker on my team as a first baseman every day of the week right now.
Thank you, Susie Torrigo. And I agree with you, but I just think they have Harper on there almost because they're going to do a show, and it's like we can bring Bryce Harper. Like I think that's kind of maybe more what it is that actually like. But these people vote. It's not even like MLB's voting for these positions. I mean, like they vote on these. I don't know. It's kind of
Gold Glove isn't even voted. It's like it's buying or something. It's like not even the writers who voted in or anything. It's a weird thing.
Brandon, go.
Matt Olson, led his position this year with 14 defensive runs saved, which is 6 more than any other first baseman in baseball this year.
Walker had some nice plays though this year. I think that's what stands out to me is like he is one of the better ones. But you're right, Olsen. Those stats alone could win. He was really good with the A's as well. Josh, you got a thought there?
Nope.
Chris Sale is on the list. Met win Cy Young and Gold Glove. That's pretty cool. There's a chance.
Round 2.
That'd be pretty crazy to win both of those. Doyle was really good too. I agree. He was if you play center field for Colorado, that is not an easy position. That is one of the bigger outfields.
And he's awesome.
He is. He's really turned into it. We had that guy. Jimmy had a guy on from Colorado that does a Rockies thing. I was like, oh, we got to get this guy on next year. When I came on with him when I did their 200 show, I was like, we got to get this guy on to do a show for that Rockies A's World Series preview next year. Go ahead, Josh. What do you got?
In regards to this comment right here, Gold Gloves are selected like this: the major league managers and coaches vote within their league, excluding players from their own teams. These votes count for 75% of the selection process. The last 25% come down to sabermetrics. So that's how the Gold Glove nominees are selected. So we're all on the same page. So Nolan Arenado was put up there by all the other managers and teams. Logan.
That doesn't mean anything.
So
Juan Soto was on there. We just made fun of how Juan Soto got on there. And then we're like, oh, Arenado's on there. It's legit.
What do you guys think of Win at short? Does she win it?
He should win it.
Over Swanson? He's going to get it over Swanson?
Swanson shouldn't even be there.
All right. Tavar's been good as well for Colorado.
Tavar's been great.
But so Win wins it this early on in his career. Wow. If he gets that, he's going to be on pace for it just a ton. We'll see what happens there. That's high praise. 10? Jeez. That would be that's Hall of Fame worthy if we get to 10 at that point.
He's going to get 8 as a shortstop, and then he's going to get his last 2 at second base.
Brandon?
I'm gonna. Oh wait, yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I thought I froze for a second. For shortstops for Swanson, just to throw this little tidbit in there for you.
He just likes shooting me down, don't you?
No. I'm just throwing this out there, just so you know. I'm not saying Mason Wynn isn't going to, because he was among top shortstops with 14 defensive runs saved, which was 5 more than Perdomo. But Swanson led all shortstops in 2024 with 18 OAAs and was first in fielding run value at plus 14. You're welcome.
That's a good stat.
Brandon's hot whenever he starts talking numbers.
He's teamed up with you against me at this point.
That's why we like him. We like him as the.
This was a good role to put in.
Wait, hold on, Brandon. Come up here. Come back up here.
Not if we're tickling. Not if we're tickling. Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead,
no,
Logan.
He's supposed to be under me. No.
Right.
The Arenado
like being on top. Is that what you're saying? You just came out with it. So everybody, just so y'all know, Logan's a top. He does not like being on top.
The Arenado thing. I want to hear your thoughts on the third base Arenado thing. I didn't see Arenado being that great this year at third base, but
my thoughts on Arenado.
You think he's going to win it over Chapman?
Or do you think he should even be nominated over Machado? That's really my thing. This is not a family show.
Not tonight.
I don't know. Arenado's tied. He's tied third. Chapman leads MLB with 11 plus OA is at third base. Arenado's third at +9. And McMahon's tied for fourth at +7. So,
Come on.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, McMahon.
I say no. I don't think he wins it.
Before he leaves St. Louis, he doesn't get that last Gold Glove. All right, well,
Brandon, he's not going anywhere yet. That's
Sounds
Goldsmith.
like he ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Susie gives you the shout out here, by the way. Pops, I love it. She loves that your pop reaction like that. It is a family show once in a while here. Family Guy, shout out there. We got a lot there. Zach Wheeler on the list. I think Will Smith ends up winning as catcher there. Patrick Bailey, impressive. He's on the list there for the Giants.
Moreno was really good too.
Yep, he was good too.
He was. Moreno's a good catcher.
I think Smith
catcher is the only one I ever care about.
Yeah, me too. It really is. Smith and shortstop.
Sometimes
I like shortstop too. Yeah.
Every other one is just a little. Okay.
I mean, it matters, but it's.
I think
you're right.
The utility
huge.
Since this is one of the only changes to baseball in the last couple of years that I like. It's the utility Gold Glove, because it is about the guy who can play anywhere in the field who does the better than everybody else.
Does Donovan have a chance at it, Josh?
He should. I mean, he won it last year in utility.
Yeah. So he'll get it again tonight. This year that'd be two in a row. The new utility position.
The problem with Donovan winning utility this year is he spent so much time in left field. Like, he was in left field for more than half the season this year, and he really didn't start bouncing a lot until the second half of the season, and he predominantly played second base.
Why was that?
Month and a half.
Somebody get hurt?
It's just the way our stupid GM runs the team.
I got you. A bigger issue than just that.
Yeah, I think he was hurt too for about a month.
Yeah, he was.
So we did the stat leaders here. We have the Gold Glove. I thought that was a good discussion. Like I said, and also yeah, go ahead, Josh. Make those picks here. Let's see what you got.
So I'm gonna go Sale on the fact that he's gonna get comeback player of the year probably too, and they're just gonna load him with awards. So I'm just giving that edge.
He deserved it this time.
Oh, I think he's been fantastic. I was completely wrong about him this year.
Yeah,
I was completely wrong. I spit all over him before the start of the season. I was wrong. He brought his stuff back. Fine. I'm going to go with Will Smith as well. I think Moreno's got the best argument. Bailey is awesome. I'm going to give it to Hernandez because of the playoffs, but I think Donovan's got a good argument. I'm going to give it to Matt Olson because he's on Atlanta, even though I think Christian Walker deserves to be in the argument. Harper's there and he shouldn't be. Terang should get it. I like Marte, though. I give it to Arenado, but I bet Chapman gets it. Wynn should get it with over these other two guys, no question. Gurriel Jr. should get left field. Doyle should get center, and Frelick should get right field.
Big Mike. A lot of the Giants fans are like, how's Mike on the list? But he's good, but we'll see how he gets if he gets in there with it as well. The shortstop, that shortstop third base is hard for me.
Uh-oh.
Yes, they were.
Mookie Betts just made it 6-2 right now.
Yep, just saw 7-2. Yep,
7-2. I'm sorry.
Otani now has 4 runs on the night.
He just smoked it. It's a moonshot, baby.
And it didn't go as far as I thought it would, but
it was high, but it didn't go as far.
It was gone.
Susie's and what was it? So this is what we got for the Dodgers right now. This is what I just want you to see for the top 4.
It shouldn't count, Susie, but it probably does.
Top 4 of their lineup, Josh, or top 2. Otani is 1 for 1 with 3 walks, 4 runs, and an RBI. Betts is 3 for 4, 4 RBIs and 2 runs. When you get that in the playoffs from your top 2 guys, you are winning a lot and a lot.
When your payroll is over 300,000, you should do that every game.
Well, those 2 guys still deliver when it matters. And I've seen teams buy players before, but these guys together are as dangerous. And then you have Freddie Freeman, who you got to give respect to, Josh, is playing on a hip. And then you get that top 3 there with it. I mean, you have 3 MVPs in a row. 6.
What's wrong, Brandon? You can't pop in.
I didn't mean to pop myself in. I accidentally hit the button. But since I'm here, and I can give a little shout out to the guys at MLB.com who kind of helped make up this or do this little article here or things here for the Gold Gloves. When it comes to utilities, the utility Gold Glove, Hernandez played 9 or more games at every position, but right field, catcher, and pitcher. But he made 4 appearances on the mound.
So he should probably get it.
Oh,
Hernandez? said.
Yeah, he should probably get it this year.
Manfred is sleeping well tonight. Knowing tonight, so or is he not? Because the Guardians, can they make a little noise still? People, can they make a little noise tomorrow? No, Josh does not. We do not believe in this remote.
Nope, not in the slightest.
So we got
Sorry,
that
Brian. I think it's over.
Brandon, shout out graphics there. Well done with that stuff, sir. Appreciate that. With it, appreciate the NL looking at the AL finalists, and we'll obviously have a show on that after that is done there with it. All right, gentlemen, as we kind of move on here, as we get to 7-2, top of the 6 right now. Betts is the homer, then Hernandez. He's terrible. Teoscar, right? He's a bum. No, he's up and he walks. So they're still at it, working right now. Diamond notes here. In just a second here with it. The one thing too. Also with this series, I just want to make a point real quick with the Mets and the Dodgers is the Mets. For people complaining about the Mets, I just want to say they did not deserve to be where they are. So Aaron, all my guys out there, CP, like just be thankful. NLCS, you make it there with this team getting the 6th seed. It's a hard push anyways with it. So all right, here we go. Diamond. All right, got some on the bottom there as well, so check out that as well. Shout out to my guy Peter Gammons here, playoff time of the baseball here. Rise, he undergoes a little thumb surgery. We'll see what happens there at the Padres as they get a tough Game 5 lot. I mean, just as brutal as it gets there in that series as well. NLDS, as we said there, Game 5 set MLB viewership mark in Japan. Found that interesting. Well, Philadelphia Phillies slugger, Mr. Cal will drop Scott Morris and move on as well with it. Mr. Nick there for Philadelphia, the third baseman. So you get that as well. Some diamond notes at the bottom there where you have the White Sox looking to possibly sell the team. That A's, where were you 20 years ago? I mean, we need that. That's where you were. So we had some of that going on as well. Anything catch there, Logan, with the diamond notes? The Scott Boras agent, Nick at Night leaving. That does perk up the ears a little bit.
Castellanos leaving. I can't remember how much longer he has on his contract, but I thought it was for a long-term deal.
It was.
7 years,
representing himself.
Yeah. So, so it makes sense. And Scott Boras is kind of annoying, I'm sure. So
I thought you loved Scott Boras.
Me? No. I mean, I think he's smart sometimes, but I think he's terrible. But anyways,
what do you think of the White Sox selling possibly? White
Sox.
I mean, he would be. He's been the owner forever, and he has been terrible, and he's getting the pressure. The A's owners withstood the pressure. Maybe Chicago's a different market where they're going to sell. Like what? I mean, what do you think they're going to move out of Chicago? Like, or are they going to make a home? And I don't know. I'm just curious. Like, what's going to happen? The A's moved out of the Bay Area. Chicago, can they have two teams if they're tanking all the time and losing? I'm just curious where we're at with this.
I don't think they care. I mean, or I don't think Jerry Reinsdorf cares anymore. I think he's at a point in his life where he's like, putting money into it is not. He's not putting into it, so he's not making any money really. He's not really getting anything out of it, and I think it is time for him to step out. And plus, we're in a weird time where I think I said this last week, where we're in a weird time where teams are wanting, like, people who have a lot of money and are in love with baseball are buying teams and just having fun, like the Orioles did this year, and the Steve Cohen with the Mets a couple of years ago. The interesting thing that I saw was that I think it was Dave Stewart.
Yeah, he's part of the team. A's old pitcher out here. He grew up here in Oakland. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one that wanted to buy the team, right?
Well, he's part of an ownership group.
Yeah, part of it, yeah. And I believe that Dave Stewart was supposed to start the team in Nashville.
Well, that would be interesting if they got a team out there.
So I don't know if he's planning on moving it, because that'd be interesting. Because I remember a couple of years ago they talked about the Stars and everything.
I think they want another team out west. I think they want another team out west. I don't think. I think they go to Portland.
Ugh.
Yeah, maybe.
I think
So
they
it
would-
would be interesting.
Boo
Yeah, so
Portland.
it's interesting. If Dave Stewart was a part of the ownership team and his ownership team bought the White Sox, that'd be really cool.
It'd be interesting what happens there with it.
They need to fire just everyone.
I'd just be happy that the White Sox owner is out of the game. Like, given my owner that I had, I'd feel better for White Sox fans that they got rid of a crappy owner. Who is the highest paid player? Oh, the White Sox have had a ton of good players. Yeah, Andrew Benedetti is the highest paid player you've played. I mean, you deserve to get it.
Give $15 million a year or something.
Yeah, what a bunch of crap that is. That pisses me off when I hear stuff like that. That's just such garbage. Baseball bonanza. What ALCS or NLCS moments stick out to you? Do you always think of first? So when you think of like a big moment, I know you have some Cardinals ones. Maybe there's some other ones along the way, but which ones like kind of stick out to you?
I was not prepared for this question. I probably have a list.
I gotta think there's got to be a few that stick out to you.
I mean,
all right, I'll tell you my first one. It's without a doubt. It's the Mets, and it's the one where the left fielder. Gosh, my brother would. I just always forget his name. I always brain fart on it. But Roland hits the home run, or he's going to be a homer in Game 7 in 2006, and he goes back and rob. I mean, it's still the greatest catch I maybe have ever seen to win a game. Right. Or to keep a game tied or whatever it is. And he doubles him off there. I think it's Escobar. I think that's what it is. Alexa Escobar, I think it is. He robs it there over Roland. And then they end up winning the game, the Cardinals. But that's one of the plays. And then you have Pujols' home run that Brandon showed today on Twitter with the home run against Brad Lidge. Then that ball's still going. So those are some big moments. I got Jose Canseco with a few with me as an A's fan along the way with it. Maglio Ordonez's home run to kill me along the way there too with it. So there's so many for me, but like, this is a big one. Then you also have one of the best of all time is it might get on later on the screen here for a flashback. So we have a few good ones along the way. So I don't know. Those are some good ones. I know the Cardinals have been in a lot of good ones with I know Tyler would say Ishikawa and Barry Zito, and he would give you guys all the numbers you deserve, but wasn't Edmonds a game winner against the Astros there? I mean, those were big
2004. Yeah. Game 6. We will see you tomorrow night.
Yep, those are big games along the way that you guys have had too. So there's been some big ones.
I actually have one. So it's weird because I was actually thinking about it this morning. I was thinking about. I had to look him up. So Russ Hodges call in the 1951 National League Championship Series. Where who was the hitter who
back in my day?
Yeah, but it basically was the Giants win the pennant. The Giants win. The pennant.
Bobby Thompson's home run.
Yeah, Bobby Thompson.
Oh yeah, trust me, I saw that all the time.
The Dodgers. Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking about that today, and that's just interesting that you bring that up. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. So that's one of them. Really, the top LCS moments I always think of is 2003 and 2004 championship series in the AL, Yankees and Red Sox.
Oh yeah,
2003 Aaron Boone, 2004. That's Dave Roberts.
There's so many. Yeah, the 3-0. You're right, Josh. The 3-0 comeback, all that stuff. Brandon.
That's the one I was getting ready to bring up was the Red Sox coming back from 3-0. Kurt Schilling, that whole fun side of things with is that the Bloody Sox series too? Yeah, that's when it all started, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I will always say, what was that? 2004, I think that, or no, 2001. Was that 2002? I forget, whatever it was that Boone hit that home run. I want to say it was
2003.
Okay, so 2003, that year when you had Yankees versus Red Sox, and you had Marlins versus Cubs. That is in my lifetime the best LCSs I have ever seen ever in my life. Every game was drama. The Cubs thing, you had two franchises that were on the verge of championships. They were there and they got it sucked at it. They got it just sucked at it. Like it was going to be Cubs versus Red Sox to break the curse. And Bartman, I mean, the drama in those games were unreal. And so, like, I have to say that year to me was still 2003, the best I could ever think of when it comes to
Remember
ALS and LCS moments.
Did you guys ever watch that 30 for 30 on Steve Bartman? Oh my gosh, I felt so bad for him for the longest time.
Do you really feel bad for him though?
Yeah, I do. He got death threats he couldn't walk around Chicago. He had to move out of the city and out of Illinois because
that
was
next morning he had
and,
people all over his house. You're right.
Yeah, he was he had to change his name too. I'm pretty sure. And oh my gosh,
It
was horrible for him.
I mean, I felt bad for him as a human being, but as a baseball fan, he got what he deserved.
Baseball fan, Josh.
No,
he interfered with a game.
Josh,
he didn't interfere.
I like that. I like that.
I don't like the Cubs, and I am on the Cubs fan side on this one. He interfered with the game.
He did not, though. It was
he got beer thrown on him.
He didn't reach over. He didn't get kicked out of.
There's been worse. There's been worse interference calls than his over the last several years.
The worst one is that one of the divisions or the division series where the freaking fan reaches over for Jeter's home run. That's the worst. So that's like you must be blind as a bat. What are you afraid you're gonna get like killed out there?
Oh wait, you know what? Oh, I have one more LCS
ice cream headache. Oh, ice cream headache.
2000. Oh, what year was this? You know what? It was this time when I think there was a. I think there was a guy with really long curly hair. He hit a home run that won the. I think it was the Tigers.
Yeah, I said that, Mr. Maglio Ordonez. Yes, thank you. Off Houston Street. I appreciate the reminder, you son of a gun. I was at game one, and I wasted a lot of money going to that game. Don't remind me of that. Don't remind me of that one. That's what I'd want back. Trust me. All right, let's make this one a little quicker. When I say MLB player that was better in the postseason,
David Freese.
Yep, there you go. I got it. Marco Scudero.
Don't do that. Don't do Marcos. I'm going to do Barry Zito.
Kiki Hernandez.
Crap.
Barry was good in the post. Who'd you say, Josh?
Kiki Hernandez.
Yeah, that's definitely. We talked about him.
We talked about it earlier.
He's definitely on the list. There's guys out there.
I got one. Give me Hunter Pence. Hunter Pence always seemed to be like that like dude that would come out. You're like, oh god, like it's a playoff, like regular season. It's just Hunter Pence. Like just strike him out. He has a weird swing. He runs funny. It'll be okay. And then he comes up postseason and it's just whack. Like okay, like don't throw it to Hunter Pence.
I'm gonna give.
Go ahead, Logan.
Oh, I was gonna say. I know that we've turned into a Giants podcast, but Madison Bumgarner probably is the best.
Oh,
and then also Howie Kendrick. He was really good in the 2019 playoffs.
How about another ex-Angel and ex-Cardinal, David X9? He always came up big in the playoffs. He always came up. He did. He was always bigger. He was always good in the postseason as well. So there's a lot of guys when it comes to postseason where you're like, yeah, that's not a guy I want up with a runner on second base. He's going to make contact. He's going to kill us. He's going to make the right play all the time to get the job done. So there's so many on the list, but those are some of the first guys that kind of stick out to me when I think postseason, like kind of right away. Daniel Murphy for those Nationals. He was good for that. And the Mets, he was good for them in 15 as well. This road count yes, there's road counter count versus the Mets. He does. Road Gouger, the underhand, I want to see the floater McGee. All right, where do you want to see the Rays play in 2025? It looks like the stadium they say is unplayable. Will MLB get a bailout? Will the MLB get a bailout? And will the A's get a bailout by the Rays now having to also play in the minor league stadium? Curious how this might work. Brandon, got some breaking news there?
No, Rays to Oakland 2025
I like how somebody put the like they tweeted when they had like an R here and then the Y and then the N. So like it'd be like Rays like in between. So I was like, no, that's pretty creative right away. I don't know. Like Tyler said for the podcast, he said, if the Rays move there, would you become a fan over the A's? I don't know. I'm not sure there, but where do you guys think they play? Go ahead, Brandon. One more thing.
I just say, like, logistically, it makes sense. There's tons of spring training facilities that they could play at, and they can make a little like fun thing. Just go from spring training facility to spring training facility in that little area right there. They have a new stadium that's being built, starting in January. So, that's your best bet. I mean, there's no sense of putting in all the funds to fix Tropicana Field at this point.
I like how Brandon makes it seem like, hey, let's go out there. You're now a local AAU team on our. You're just gonna play city to city.
Just Savannah Banana it. Just Savannah Banana it. Go on a U.S. tour. Just all road games for the Rays for the next 3 years.
What if they played at Birmingham, the one where they redid the stadium at? What if they played there? That'd be cool if they did that.
That'd be cool.
I'd be down for that.
Remember a couple years ago when they said they were going to play half the season in Tampa and half in Montreal? I think this is their excuse to This is their excuse to play in Montreal.
Do they have a stadium worthy of it?
Oh yeah,
it seemed like they. Yeah, I mean, it didn't seem like
the same one, right? But right now they can play a game, major league game, in that Montreal stadium.
I'd imagine.
Everything that I've seen that would be an option. It could be an option.
The Oakland Rays. What that does kind of make it funny if it is it's like it just I don't know what it is.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't either, but it's just funny to be A's Rays. It's just
Oakland A Rays.
I mean, they got hockey teams playing in college arenas. Why can't they go play at one of the? There's how many colleges down there?
What hockey team's playing in the college arena?
I mean, they did it last year. Excuse me.
Okay.
Arizona was doing it.
They moved to Utah.
Are they in Utah playing in a college arena again?
No, they're playing the same place that Jazz play.
Yeah, probably Salt Lake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I haven't checked it out yet because we haven't played them, so I don't know.
Oh, just watch the 5-hole, Josh.
Brandon's like, I'm out.
Fair point. Fair point. I'll give you that one. I will give you that one, Brandon. I missed the show. Sorry. I don't know where they play. I mean, they could play at any of the colleges down there, though.
Birmingham would be fun for me. Let's see that. Let's have a little fun.
Would be cool, though. Who else doesn't have a ball team down there? So Alabama doesn't have a ball
Carolina,
team.
Maybe like North Carolina.
I was thinking Carolina, or why not put them into Nashville and test it out and test the market?
Could do that.
Or go over to Louisiana and play in Louisiana.
Okay.
And not something that they deserve, but would be cool, is if they played in Field of Dreams as their home.
That would be cool, yeah, for 1 year.
Just for the season.
In the middle of Iowa.
Yeah, that'd be you're right, that would be
You have to drive an hour to the airport, but still.
That would be hilarious.
Every game a player disappears into the corn.
Yeah. My other thought process on this, because I know there's always talks of teams moving and whatnot, and they've been talking about a team in Charlotte for the last, or Raleigh 1 and 2. Josh, you brought up Nashville, testing that market. If you're going to do it, and Tampa Bay, I mean, if you're Tampa Bay, is it worth? I mean, I know sounds awful. Is it worth even at this point just kind of moving on from the Rays? Because there's always been that like little bit of like scrutiny and whatnot, right? And having the Rays in Tampa. There's always been the stadium issue. Just move them up to Charlotte or Raleigh.
That's not going to happen. They just got it approved. I don't think that's not happening.
But they can still back out.
There's not a shovel in the ground. You're right. There's no shovel in the ground from that standpoint there. So I'll give you that. So that will be an interesting part of the part going forward here with it. Who goes there? Logan, I apologize for last week, but I have redeemed myself this week. I do have MLB trivia for you. I do have a little bit for it. We'll see if Edwards can beat you to it as well this week.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Get it.
MLB trivia hit number 1 here. It's been a good show, by the way. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in here. Susie, Aaron. Yes, maybe your Mets will get the job done still, but still 7-2 here, bottom of the 6th, to let you know. All right, hit number 1. I played 15 years from 2004 to 2018, ending my career with the Phillies. and starting my career with the Orioles. I batted .247 and amassed 975 RBIs in my career.
Brian Roberts.
Not Brian Roberts.
Oh,
I don't know.
That would be a hell of a lot of home runs for Brian Roberts. Hit
wait,
number
how many
2,
home runs did it say?
This is RBIs.
or average 247, 975 home runs
Okay,
here
I thought you
with it.
said home runs. Oh,
Here's the
I hit
number.
344 career home runs and was a 6-time All-Star and finished top 5 in MVP voting twice. The years were 2010, 2011. Finished in the top 5.
oh.
Hold on, because you're probably gonna get it. So let me give me another minute. Hold on,
You're
I'm running
probably
through the
gonna get
roster here.
Again, I hit 344 career home runs and was
It's
a
not
6-time
Ryan Howard.
Not Ryan Howard.
It's not Chase Utley.
No, you're reverse.
Well, that's why that's how I can. That's the only way I can do it, Logan. I got to reverse and go backwards and
Go
think who it's
backward.
not. Who is the shortstop?
No,
Not
it's
Jeremy Rollins.
Yeah, it's
not
not him.
It's not a Philly. It's not it.
He's an outfielder.
He is an
Hold on,
outfielder.
didn't you? Hold on. Wasn't the first clue that he ended his career in Philadelphia?
He did, but
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be
In
for a short.
2018.
That's true.
Is
I'm
it
probably
is
thinking
it one of the
Philly.
Upton brothers?
It is not the Upton brothers. Hit number 3. I did have success. I did not have success until I went to the American League, where in 2010 I hit 54 home runs.
Oh,
In 2011 I hit
Davis.
43 home runs. I was also a 3-time Silver Slugger award.
Oh wait, no.
It's not Chris Davis.
No, it's not.
It's not Chris Davis.
Hold on. 3-time Silver Slugger, all in the NL?
No,
Or no, all in the AL. All in the AL.
not on the AL. Because he ended with the Phillies. But you get my point. Is that he did it when he didn't have
who hit
real
54 home
he
runs?
didn't have real success until he went to the American League. So he was a nobody until he went to the American League. And then he in 2010 he hit 54, and then 2011 he hit 43.
See, that should be the giveaway, the 54 home runs.
He was
I
a
don't know.
mon-
I'm out.
What do you-
Oh, hold on.
Josh or Logan, you want to take one? Brandon, you gonna throw one out there without Googling Brandon? No.
So I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not doing that.
There's nobody even guessing in the comments. Darren, you killed us.
All right. Here it is, Logan. I'm gonna give
Hold
it to
on,
you.
hold on.
All right, well, you got to say a name.
Give me Give me a minute. Gosh, everyone can't stop talking for 5 seconds.
All right.
Gosh, I'm trying to look back at this. I want to say someone with the Rays, but okay, Vernon Wells or something like that. But okay, go ahead.
Well, I'll say this: you have the right team. You have the
Is it-
right team with it. You have the Blue Jays. That is the right team that you have with.
Guerrero.
Not
No.
Vlad.
No,
It
it's
is.
not.
It is Jose.
Oh,
Bautista. It is.
Oh,
Mr.
dang. Really?
Jose Bautista along the way. With it, one of the best bat flips we've ever seen in postseason history.
That's what popped up when I looked it up, and I didn't think it was right. It was a great home run.
One of the best.
Golly. Yeah, I never came up with that.
You can only flirt with fire for so long. And it's going to burn.
They had such good teams too that never won anything.
You used Batista before.
It was like a hockey arena that night. You could sense it there. That was pretty special.
No.
Like against the Rangers, right? Because they had that big rivalry with them, and they had took them out, kind of like you said. And then that's one of the best ones there with it. So sorry that Logan, the silence might have got to you. That's what it was
I should
there
have
with
had a
it.
chance to get that one.
That was a decent. That was decent. I couldn't make it too. If I said Blue Jays, I felt like you guys would have got it. Vernon Wells, that's a good guess though, Logan. I got to give you credit. Like that's good knowledge right there with Vernon there with it as well. So I got to give you credit with the Vernon knowledge.
Thanks.
I do. I got to give you a
Should've got
little
that
bit. All right, so you got that with it. Been a good show, Brandon. You're on a little loud here, so I'm gonna gotta remove you from it with the background there with it. So could you guys hear that, or is that just me?
Oh, God. He had
Yeah.
so much background noise.
All right, yeah, that was just me with it. All right, MLB flashback.
What a ride! The Cardinals are world champs in 2011.
Before I quite get to the flashback here, I just want to mention that this has been one of the more interesting playoff games I've seen in the last few years. Like, I know we kind of started with the Yankees Guardians, but as we kind of look back to it, like, those are why like sometimes people are like, well, it's kind of baseball doesn't work like that where every game is magical. But like there are moments when a postseason, right? Once you say that, like where you guys have seen that, you guys are firsthand where like these things are like gonna change all the time. Like there's no like set piece of like when you're gonna have these walk-off like hits or like when the moment's actually gonna be big. But I thought tonight proved, like, is for people that are kind of the haters on MLB playoffs, and I'm obviously not one that I'll kind of just always defend it, even if it's stupid sometimes. Like, even last year, I talked myself into Rangers Diamondbacks being a great series. But you get my point. Like, we're trying to, like, you try to do that as a baseball fan. Like, I don't know. That was the one thing I saw tonight. I was like, this is why playoff baseball is different. That crowd was into it. That's what it was about. So, I don't know. I'm just glad we had a game like that before. Not just these boring games. Like, you know, to be fair, kind of like we've been seeing with the Mets and Dodgers here a little bit on the NL side. So.
Most of the playoffs have been boring. Let's be completely honest. There's been great moments. I'm talking about as an overall. The playoffs have been extremely boring, in my opinion. And you remember, I was all in on a couple of teams. All in on a couple of teams making a run.
Yeah.
We've had some great moments.
Yeah.
But they're just moments. We have not had a great series. We have had one great game, and I got to miss it, which sucks. These playoffs have not been compelling to me like other playoffs have.
Well, hopefully the Yankees and Dodgers change that. That's
I'm hoping
that's
the matchup at this point I want. I want to see the two big payrolls with all the stars go at it. I want a game of lockdown pitching, 1-0 ball game. I want a game where it's 9-7 because it's been home runs everywhere, all over the place. I want a game where there's 15 stolen bases. I know that's exaggeration. Give me 6 in a game. I'd probably be thrilled. I want to see some defensive plays. I want to see some diving layout catches in the outfield. I want to see some massive shortstops, dives to turn double plays. I want a whole good series, and we haven't gotten that yet. And that's, I think, where I'm most disappointed, being that I don't have a horse in the race. I'm not getting great baseball.
Aaron says it's already.
That's true. I made the commercial like a week ago. It's in the script, guys.
That's true. Logan, go ahead there. I'll get to the flashback video.
The NLCS has been really boring.
It has.
I mean,
been really
no,
been blowouts, right?
It's been like 8-0, 9-0, 10-0, and then
7-2.
Now it's 7-2.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, the Tigers and Guardians series was good at the end.
They had some moments.
The Royals series wasn't really that good. I don't think.
I thought the Brewers Mets wild card had some moments as well. Where there was something. Yeah, they had the moments or the closer with it, and I thought the Royals Yankees had some moments at times, but it wasn't like you're right. Josh is right. There wasn't consistent back. But I think that kind of feeds to the powerhouse a little bit here. And like I said, like the bullpens have got, when the bullpens get as good as they've gotten, there's not as much drama in the sense of later in the game. And like, so today you had that with these two bullpens blowing it. So that's what I kind of find intriguing as we kind of get into tomorrow's game is with that one, will the bullpens hold up when it matters? Because as you guys know, psychological edge matters. So if they walk a guy, the pressure gets bigger. You know what I mean? It does add a little bit. It's like a golf swing. That's
actually a good analogy.
You're like, damn it, I sliced it. I'm going to slice it again. No, I'm going to slice it again. Yeah. So it just happens like that. You're like,
the hitting definitely needs to come alive.
Definitely.
I believe. And it would be great. I think you guys are going to hate it, but I still think we need to take 20 games off the regular season.
I'd be all right with 15. I honestly have always said that. I've been fine with 15. They do that. I'm good with an earlier start. I'm good with it starting October 8th or October 1st for playoffs. I'm good with that. That's fine with me. I don't care what, give it in October. Get it done. Like, we don't have to have November 1st games all the time. Like, I'm all right with that. So, go ahead, Josh. I'll get the flashback here.
I was going to say, I actually agree with the fact that the playoffs should start October 1st and end by Halloween. I don't think they should shorten the season. I think you should have more day-night doubleheaders on Saturdays and Sundays for families, for kids to go to.
I'd like
to increase the MLB. And then also if you have what they should, in my opinion, my great brain scheme of things for baseball, every team should have a home day-night doubleheader on a Saturday once a month.
I think that would be.
And it's a family weekend once a month provided by every team. You drop the prices of the concessions. You drop the prices of the parking. You make it a day at the ballpark.
I actually think that's a good idea.
Memory and something for people to do together as their families, where you can bring families back to the ballpark. You can take the Little League baseball team to the ballpark at a reasonable price, and the parents don't go broke. I think that's something the MLB should do.
I think it's a good idea.
Of course.
Logan, you have final word. I'm getting to the final.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, first thing, double headers. You may have a good idea for it, but then teams are just not going to play their best players in a doubleheader because they hate doubleheaders. Second, that doesn't really help the tired players right now. They play 162 games, and then they play like a month and a half of spring training, which isn't too much. And then they play wild card series, division series, championship series, and the World Series. And so it's like so much more. It's 100. You're playing nearly 200 games now.
They won't ever do it.
Let me finish my thought.
They won't ever
reduce the playoffs back down to the division winners, one wild card,
and
7-game series. That's it. You get rid of all the extra crap.
But you can't.
Josh, I want to.
You can.
Can I give Josh this? I've noted it. I've wrote it down. Doubleheader Saturdays. This will be one that we would get into because I think that's a fun topic. Actually, Josh, it's like because they do these GM polls every summer, right? And what they should change, what rules they should change. And I just saw this with NBA and some stuff like that when I jumped on a podcast this week out there in Memphis. And this is one that they have I like this doubleheader Saturday. I'm actually a fan of that. So I want to kind of dig into that a little bit more and what that actually looks like as a good debate with that. And as you guys said, AL, NLCS, we had memories with it. I was 8 years old. My dad was like, you got to come in. This is the bottom of the night. You got to watch this game. Who knew Barry Bonds would be on the Giants the next year with it? But here's a famous player. Game 7 here. Mr. Breen at the plate there with it. And one of the best plays you'll ever see. One of the best finishes I've ever seen.
Cabrera comes to the plate to bat for the pitcher. He appeared in only 12 games this year for the Braves and batted only 10 times with 3 hits. He's 0 for 1 in this series. Pittsburgh 2, Atlanta 1, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning in Game 7 of the National League Championship Series. The 2-0 pitch. Well hit, but hooking foul to left. He doesn't walk much. He walked only 17 times and 300 at-bats in AAA this year. He hacked at the 2-0, now the 2-1. Line drive and a base hit. Just as he scored the tying run. Breen to the plate. And he is saved. Saved at the plate. The Braves go to the World Series.
Is that the last time Pittsburgh went to an NLCS?
Josh, that's as good as it gets, right?
Oh,
that's as good as it gets right there.
Manufacturing runs to win games is the best thing ever.
I mean, and the slide there, the dramatic little catcher had to reach to the right, come back to the left, slow runner at second base. Just quite the finish. I don't know. That's the one I always remember as a kid. I will never forget this one. It's just the one that will stand out to me the most. It will never matter even more. Just, hey, son, come on in. This is gonna be a good ending. Big base hit ends it. It's just one that sticks out to you. And Barry Bonds, who knew would be a Giant the next year, but I don't know. Just one of those AL NLCS memories I always remember. And the Braves were just back then were as automatic as it got. So that was good. That was one of those there with it. I'm sure you guys have seen the highlight of that many times. Like you said, doodle arm, yeah, for sure. So it's not like Sid Breen was speeding around the bases there.
Was that 94?
92.
92.
Yeah, Bonds went to the Giants in 93, and then they won 103 games, but lost, or 100, was it 102 or 103? But then they lost the NL West to the Braves by 1 game. Back then, when if you lost the division, you didn't make the playoffs, and so and they missed it. And then the next year after the strike, they ended up putting the wild card in, I think partially because of that reason. And I always find it funny the Atlanta Braves were in the West. So that's always one of those things where it's like, so that's where the Josh, did I go wrong anywhere tonight?
Yeah.
You going to give me a breather? Give me a breather tonight. All right, I'll give you a breather tonight. I like it. Logan.
I tell you where Logan went wrong.
Yeah,
oh gosh, let's go. Let's do it.
Give me one.
Here's where you went wrong, man. Tell me
Darren,
how.
we're not into this show now yet. Huh?
I gotta end it right now.
Tell me how human beings have gotten stronger, faster, smarter, better recovery, better health. Everything's better. Tell me why it's not possible for pro athletes to play 162 games and then play 30 games in the playoffs. Tell me how it's not possible or how it's bad. Everything's gotten better. Tell me how the players have gotten weaker.
Where are we wrong, or do we want an opinion here where we're wrong?
I just wanted to tell me why I'm wrong, I guess.
Okay.
Well, I think he's wrong. I think it's stupid to think you have to reduce the amount of games with the technology and the science
But I agree with Logan from the standpoint that it is too long. Like, you don't need 150 games. You do not. It's like basketball. You need 70. You don't need 82. Logan, make it quick, and I get it. We'll get out of here.
Josh, you do know that like 40 years ago it was 149 games that they used to play or something in a regular season.
How many teams were in the league?
And they didn't have the DS. They didn't have the wild card. They didn't have anything. They only have the CS and then the World Series. So, I mean, adding to it has not helped the game. And also team players are not equipped. And it doesn't matter, even if they were equipped. The point is that they're not producing in the playoffs, and the playoffs are turning into a little bit of a boring fest. And that's what we're seeing this year and the last year. It's getting boring. These hitters that are just so tired.
The playoffs are boring because you have too many teams in it that don't deserve to be there.
That's
why the playoffs are
tired. I mean, Luis Arias just had thumb surgery right after because he didn't want to.
And Freeman's going to have surgery here in a little bit.
All these players are going to have
pain, and they should.
It's going to be. I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest. I think Josh makes a good point there. I think there is a little bit of suck it up a little bit. There's a little bit of just play the game a little bit.
And they have sucked it up.
They have.
The product they're putting on the field is not great.
It could be better in those regards.
So you would rather shorten the regular season than shorten the playoffs?
I mean, I would like to shorten the playoffs, but they won't shorten the playoffs.
You only pick one or two. Like, if you could pick one or two, would you rather shorten the regular season or shorten the playoffs?
I would shorten the games by 20 games. So yes.
So regular season for you, Josh for you.
I would shorten the playoffs.
And Josh, that's where Logan has gone wrong.
That's fine. Right? Yeah, that's cool. We figured it out. That's fine. At least I have an understanding.
We have gone wrong on that today.
That we constantly argue about.
We have got
at least where he's at.
Tyler McGurk, I know you're out there somewhere in the world listening. Appreciate it. Susie, appreciate you tuning in. Aaron, I know you still believe in your Mets in 7. God bless you on that one.
They're not
7-2. God bless you, Aaron, on that one. Brandon, appreciate the graphics tonight, man. Top notch there with that stuff. Appreciate the effort with that. Made the show a lot smoother for me as well with it. Logan Stone, appreciate you with it. Next week we might have a World Series matchup. Probably looking like 2 to 3 episodes left of regular season 7th inning stretch here. So for Tyler McGurk that joined us, for Brandon out in the background producing like nobody else in the business, Logan Stone, Josh Edwards. We'll see you guys next Thursday. Peace.